Okay, and we are live. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Here with the watch along for Manchester United versus Fulham. I'm not looking forward to this. I feel like Erik Ten Hag has well and truly lost his marbles today with this team selection. Let's go through it because it just seems bonkers. I don't even know. And look, I can see why most of you guys are going for a loss in your predictions today because this team just ain't it. So first of all, in nets, of course, it's going to be Andre Onana. At right back, Wan-Bissaka comes in. I think this is a good thing. I think Wan-Bissaka is a much better player than Diogo Dalot. Looking at centre backs, it's Maguire and Evans with Varane on the bench. I don't know what is going on there. Just. It's just not the one, is it, guys? Left back's Dalot, even though we have a left back on the bench in Sergio Reguilon. Midfield, McTominay at number 6. I mean, we already know what's going to happen here. We're either going to get pressed out of it in midfield, or McTominay is just going to hide behind João Palhinha when he's pressing, or Andreas Pereira, whoever it happens to be. I just know this is going to happen. We're going to struggle to get on the ball. We're not going to move it through the thirds. We have Mason Mount and Sofian Amrabat sitting on the bench when they should be on the pitch, and we're playing Scott McTominay again. And the reason why we're playing Scott McTominay, and I'll tell you the guys this for free, and the reason we're playing this guy is because he might give us a goal. The manager is under pressure, and he has walked away from any sort of a good performance today in the hopes that McTominay might get a goal, and that's pretty much it. Midfield, apart from that, is Bruno and Eriksen come back in. I mean, I would have had Mount in there. I would have liked to have seen Amrabat in there as well. Forward line, big story today is Marcus Rashford misses out through injury, so Garnacho comes in. It's going to be Højlund through the middle and Antony on the right. I feel like Højlund might get some more service today. I think this is something maybe to watch out for, but overall, I mean, I'm feeling pretty deflated with this team. 10 years since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, £1 billion spent, and we're putting a back four together of Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Evans, Dalot, with Scott McTominay sitting in front of them. I mean, it's a textbook case. How could we spend this money any worse than what we have done? But of course, we're coming up to kickoff here. Get those predictions in down below, guys. Get voting on the poll. I can see it's pretty 50-50. Some people going for a win. Liking wherever this confidence is coming from, but I mean, I'm looking at that team. I just can't see it happening. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys, of course. And we're about 6 or 7 minutes from kickoff. Yeah, look, I mean, teams will be out on the pitch at Craven Cottage very soon. This is going to be a difficult match. Fulham are definitely going to fancy themselves in this one. They're definitely going to back themselves in this match against us, and why wouldn't they? Like, I'm really not impressed with that team, and I think the whole thing's an embarrassment, really. We can see the away fans today have a sign up saying play like you mean it. The fact that, number one, it's not embarrassing that they brought that, I commend them, but the fact that we even have to say this is absolutely embarrassing about this football team. Get those thoughts in down below, guys. At the minute, we got 13 votes, 54% going to go for the win, 15% for the draw. We have 31% going for the loss in this match. Of course, we're bringing out Reith onto the pitch as well. Bruno Fernandes captaining the team. He's in the dugout along with, I think it's Tim Ream of Fulham. But I mean, these guys are going to fancy themselves. They're going to try press us off the pitch. They're going to try to be quick into the tackle and try to disrupt our play. I just cannot see this ending well. That number 6 position, where we see Scott McTominay in, when you're playing as a lone pivot in this style of system, it is absolutely essential. You're the guy who's going to be the progressor, the guy to pick the ball up from Evans and Maguire, who cannot progress the ball well enough in the first place, and then that's who we're asking to move the ball up through the third, Scott McTominay. I just can't see this happening. I just cannot see this working. I think we've abandoned the style of play and abandoned the principles of Ten Hag's beliefs and philosophies in order to try get a quick goal against Fulham with Scott McTominay. I mean, I think we would have a much better chance of getting goals today if we went out with a team that's going to be coherent and play. But of course, that's been another problem all season long for this Manchester United side as well, is actually being coherent, actually playing like a team. So I guess we're going to find out what happens very soon in this one, around 5 minutes of kickoff. I mean, it's a big day for some of these players. Garnacho's got a very rare start. Chatsport can't believe no Rashford. Yeah, man, no Rashford in this one. I think he failed the late fitness test. My big one's no Raphael Varane as well. Johnny Evans coming in. I mean, I was all for the Evans signing in the summer. I said, Joe, if this guy comes in and plays 5 or 6 matches across the season and is there as kind of a mentor for the younger players, I think that's a good thing to be. I don't think anyone really anticipated Johnny Evans having to play a lot. Big T says the midfield scares him. Yeah, I'm not. It's just not the one man, because I can already tell what's going to happen as well. Bruno will be pressing and running around like a headless chicken. Eriksen will be left pretty alone, and McTominay will jump into challenges and be exposing the entire backline. And look, they've gone through pace. They've gone through pace in the middle as well. Alex will be in there, gonna be putting the pressure on us. I mean, it's I don't know, guys. It's just. Big T says he's picked a team that's on his side. I feel like he's also went out and picked a team that he thinks might get him a goal, more than is actually going to put any kind of coherent player, any sort of coherent performance in there. And that's what I think's the issue as well. I think that's what we're looking at in this one. I think he's hoping McTominay might pop up with something on the edge of the box. I think he's hoping that he might get a goal out of Bruno Fernandes. I don't know. I'm just kind of in the camp that this could be the last time we see Erik ten Hag in the Manchester United dugout. Do we back him to actually turn things around? I mean, if this is the kind of teams we're going with, I really do question that as well. Look, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. This manager situation is going nowhere. This takeover situation is kind of heating up as well, if rumours are to be believed, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So let's hope we get to see something quickly. Let's hope we get some kind of bounce back, and let's hope that Manchester United can go out and actually win a match of football today. Do I have any sort of confidence in it? Not particularly. I would be lying if I said I did. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I mean, Craven Cottage looks to have a lot of empty seats. I'm assuming they're doing some redevelopment there. We have members of the armed forces going out onto the pitch as well. Big T says, with Casemiro out, why is he not playing Amrabat? It's a good question, man. It is. I just don't get it. I cannot see starting Scott McTominay in that number 6 position being a good idea today. I just really cannot see that working out well or in our favour. I don't know what he's going to bring that's going to be worth actually playing the guy. Like, I really don't. I mean, he's going to run around, but that's not what you want from your number 6. He's going to try to break the play up. But even at that, we already know that we will see large instances in this match, and I guarantee this will happen as well. I guarantee this will happen, where McTominay will be marked out of it. He'll either be standing behind somebody, or will find a position where McTominay just is not dropping in to get on the ball. What's going to happen then? Maguire and Evans are going to go long, or Onana's going to go long. And we'll go long towards Garnacho, who won't win in the air. We'll go long towards Anthony, who won't win in the air. So, I don't know. Robert Bailey says the subs are better than the team picked. I mean, there's some quality on that bench. Mason Mount, Varane, Reguilon, all on that bench. Amrabat as well. I mean, I don't know why some of these players are not playing in this one. I really, really don't. Big T says, why not Reguilon at left back? I don't know, man. I mean, Delo midweek showed absolutely nothing at all in that match to warrant playing in this one. Delo really, as a player, I don't think has really improved in 5 years at this football club. I really don't. I'm glad to see Wan-Bissaka coming in, but even that is absolutely embarrassing as well, because as we know, Aaron Wan-Bissaka came on and was probably the best player midweek, and this is a guy who's been out for 10, 11 weeks. It's embarrassing. It really is. Big T Sorry, that's chat sport. Amrabat is dropped because the team needs goals. He's going all out for goals. Yeah, look, I don't get that. Styles go out the window when you need wins with the sack looming. I mean, yeah, and it sounds counterintuitive as well to say, but I think you're safer putting players out there who will not get you gold, but will make the team more coherent. I think stick by your principles. That's absolutely what I would say to Erik ten Hag. Live and die by the sword. If you think this is the way to play, if you think this is how we should be playing, then play it. Don't play this long ball pragmatic style approach, which just hasn't worked at all. Let me quickly get the timer up as well, guys, because we're getting ready for the kickoff. As well, let me see, just getting ready. Hopefully Discovery is not too far behind. It was kind of a little bit slow midweek, although it might have been Now TV as well. There we go. We are underway at Craven Cottage. Andre Onana kicking long up the pitch, and this is going to be the first time we see this. I really don't get it. We've brought a goalkeeper in. We have brought a goalkeeper in to play football out of the back, one of the best passing goalkeepers in Europe, and we're telling him just to lump it long, which is what we were doing with David De Gea last season anyway. Like, I don't get it. We've signed Mason Mount to be an expansive, aggressive number 8 type player, and we don't play him. We sign Amrabat to come in and be a dictator in midfield, and we don't play him. I just don't know what is going through Ten Hag's mind. I really don't. Big T says brings in Mount, Amrabat, and Reguilon and doesn't play any of them. He puzzles me more than Sudoku. Oh man, I feel like a game of Sudoku would be more entertaining than what we're going to see today. Leman says, let's agree he wants a sacking and payoff package. I think he wants to keep his job. I think we put this kind of pressure on managers all the time. I think the demand for results means that there is no time to really invest in a process. It's like if Mikel Arteta was at Manchester United, he would have been sacked in his first season for finishing in 8th place. There was no time afforded to a lot of these managers to really have a long-term look at it. I think a lot has to change with how we run as a football club. And I think now, at this moment in time, I think we are so badly broken that I would genuinely take 1 or 2 seasons of a rebuild, of a genuine rebuild, of a genuine change in the process, and a genuine change to a lot of the personnel in that team if it meant we were good for the next 5 or 6 years after that. I think short-term suffering for long-term gain in this situation is what we need to do, because we went after the quick fixes, the big spending, we've gone after every type of manager, every type of player imaginable. I think we just genuinely need to completely change the approach to this club, and I think maybe if Radcliffe's going to be the guy to do that, then I think let's do it. Let's be seeing it. Let's absolutely be seeing it. I'm surprised at McTominay playing because, I don't know, there's just, in my opinion, there's 2 players on the bench better than him at his job. You've got Sof and Amrabat on there, and you've got Kobbie Mainoo now. So surely one of those players has to be seen at some point. Maguire is down at the minute, and Raphael Varane is warming up already. I don't know what's happened to Harry Maguire here. I think he might have got a kick or a knee in the face. I think that might be his issue. So be careful to watch out for the concussion protocol and stuff. He is coming off the pitch, has to come back on with the referee's discretion. We should be back underway in a minute or 2 here anyway. Get those comments in down below, guys. What have we got? 19 votes, 53% going for the win. I want to know who the 53% are, because you guys are more confident than me, and I would even call myself one of the more optimistic people out there when it comes to this team at the minute. Right, so Onana's got the ball now. We're going to try progress the ball up the pitch, I guess, but we're going long. That's going to be the order of the day once again. I mean, long balls are, like, what are we doing? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Diogo Dalot has just gone down there really weakly. I mean, I'm not surprised. Let's see. Chatsport said, I want to see gold. Not interested in the style of play. Get points on the board, get some form. Eriksen can't play full 90. Hopefully Mainoo comes on, says Big T. No, Christian Eriksen cannot play a full 90. And I think there's big questions on whether Garnacho can play a full 90 either. Very ineffective midweek. I think Garnacho does well against tired legs, but against a fullback that is really switched on, like we've seen midweek with Livramento, Garnacho can struggle. He can absolutely struggle to get into a match, and I expect today is going to be quite similar as well. So certainly Garnacho's got work to do. Dalot has just been bypassed again. Decent tackle in there, and it's out for a Fulham throw in. But yeah, I mean, look, pretty stop-start first couple of minutes. Maguire down for most of them. We were only really getting underway now. Fulham with the ball. Good touch into the box, but Onana's easily got that as well. I think genuinely what we have to do is try play football here, but I don't think we got the personnel on the pitch to do so. I think if you put Kobbie Mainoo in, or you put Sofyan Amrabat in, you would get a much better level of technical and tactical performance, as opposed to just running around jumping into tackles, because it's probably what Scott McTominay is going to do today. And of course, I mean, I've been saying about this for so long. For a midfield player, he just does not get involved in the play at all and offers very, very little. It's actually Christian Eriksen playing as the deepest player in that midfield. I just don't get this. I mean, we tried this once before and it just did not work at all. A ball might drop to Højlund here, but shielded by Polina, and he should get away with that as well. Big T says, when you start playing players who can't carry 90 minutes, are you wasting subs? I mean, that's a question. Chatsport says, we know Dalot's been a winger, but never a defender. I don't even know what Dalot is. I mean, my big problem with Dalot is, even going forward, there's really not much of an output. And we say that he put some good crosses in, but I think they're better looking crosses than they actually are effective, because very, very rarely do they ever really hit a target. I think Wan-Bissaka is a better player in both regards. I think he's less aesthetically pleasing maybe going forward, but I do seriously think we need a right back as well. Someone to come in genuinely and be better offensively than Wan-Bissaka and better defensively than Diogo Dalot. That's what I think we do need at some point. I think the big positions have to be centre back, has to be midfield, has to be strikers. I mean, you could argue nearly every position on that pitch at the minute. See, look, this is a pattern of play I think we're going to fall into quite a bit. Fulham are going to be very happy to hit us on the break. And at the minute, we can only really knock it between Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans. There's no one really dropping to progress that ball. Liman says, can I name my preferred lineup? Yeah, of course. My preferred lineup probably would be Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Varane and Maguire, and then I'd probably put Reguilon at left back. I think I would then go for midfield of Sofyan Amrabat, Kobbie Mainoo, and Mason Mount, and then a forward line. I guess it could have to be Anthony with the available options, Højlund and Garnacho. I think that probably gives you a lot more balance as well. Bruno's gone down there under a heavy tackle from Polina. Probably the first of many we'll see today as well. Big T says, Dalot failed for us and was for sale, and now for some reason he is a mainstay. Yeah, of course. I'm sure you remember Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted to sell Diogo Dalot and bring Kieran Trippier in, and some people called him mad. I mean, Ole was absolutely right in that instance as well. Chatsport says, goals used to sit deep. I saved ball into the box, across, and it's in. It's Scott McTominay. I've spent the first 7 minutes reading the guy up, but it's 1-0 on a Scott McTominay, and that is why he is on the pitch. Maybe Ten Hag's going to prove me wrong today. That was a nicely worked move. I think it might be a Garnacho assist at the back post, but will probably be looked at for offside. But Manchester United do seem to have the lead in this one. Ball came in from Christian Eriksen. Really good delivery. Harry Maguire was in there as well. I think Maguire kind of got a knock on it. Fell to Garnacho and across the goal. It's going to be like whether Garnacho was onside or not. I think that's what we need to be looking at. Chatsport says McTominay. I don't know if it's gone in. I don't know if this is going to count. Garnacho might be offside. I think VAR is going to look at it. Very tight. Very, very, very tight. I think it's going to be about whether Harry Maguire touched the ball. I think that's going to be the deciding factor here. Because I think Harry Maguire is offside. I think it's going to be whether Maguire touched the ball. He does look to be just onside, but not been given yet. Big T says it's a mad world. McTominay is the best attacker. VAR is going to have a long look at this. I think they're going to have. I think it might be given. We're still checking, but they are trying very hard to rule this goal out as well. It comes down to interpretations because Maguire didn't touch the ball. I think they're going to give it as offside, but Maguire didn't touch it, so I don't know how it could be offside. Harry Maguire didn't touch that ball, so I don't know how it could be considered offside. The Fulham defender, even if Maguire wasn't there. I don't know, this is going to be tight. I feel like they're just trying their best to not give the goal. What are they doing? Are they calling the referee over? So, since when does a referee get involved in the actual offside call? I don't even know what VAR is. Genuinely a disgrace. I don't get it. Like, what is this being ruled off for? What I don't know what this is being ruled off for. I mean, are we even surprised at this point? I don't even think that was never ever offside in a million years. But Manchester United's goal has been ruled out. VAR, I mean, they can be happy with themselves. There is no way that goal is offside. Harry Maguire did not touch the ball, so I don't know how that could be considered offside. He literally he didn't touch the ball. Garnacho's onside and Scott McTominay is offside. Big T Maguire offside and attempted to play the ball. I mean, this is just a bullshit rule as well because he didn't play the ball. I mean, like, I seriously don't get it. I really cannot understand how that can ever be an offside. What a waste of time. I really don't know. I seriously don't. But when your luck is down, your luck is down. Absolutely ridiculous. But I don't get it. Like, I don't see how the attempt from Maguire to touch the ball could be offside as well. Like, I genuinely cannot believe this. Just wait and see. I guarantee either this week or next weekend we'll see the exact same thing happen and the goal will be given. I can almost guarantee it. VAR can go in the bin. Like, there was nothing at all wrong with that goal. Like, I really cannot get it. Daniel says ready for 3-0. Let's go Fulham. I just can't get it. I mean, there is no fun in celebrating a goal. And look, as bad as Manchester United have been, I genuinely feel like there's been VAR calls going against us every single match. Genuinely. Let's see who we got here. Christian Eriksen's on the ball, trying to pick it up, trying to move the tempo up. We go again, but I mean, that was just absolutely ridiculous. And I guarantee Fulham, if that was Fulham putting the ball in the back of the net, it would have counted. I guarantee it. I don't know. I feel like Ten Hag has got to speak out against us. Big T says Maguire's helping the opposition again. It's an absolute farce. Like, it is. I really don't know, guys. I don't know. VAR is not ever going to be fit for purpose whenever the same referees who give the call. The reason why we have VAR in the first place was because referees get so much stuff wrong. And if you have the same guys who are making a mistake trying to correct the mistakes, you're always going to end up with this stupid stuff. And anyway, VAR can take a goal off or go against an on-field decision, it just does it. There was nothing clear or obvious about that. Harry Maguire was onside, Garnacho was onside, and Scott McTominay was onside. So I don't know how that goal has not been given. I don't know how Manchester United find themselves in a position where we're not winning this match, but we do. And we go again, and we go through Højlund this time. Højlund's trying to chop it back to McTominay. McTominay, I mean, it's pretty slow. It's pretty repetitive stuff here. Anthony slowing things down. I just want some excitement. I genuinely just want to see Manchester United go for this game, because I feel like Fulham are going to be here for the taking today as well. Johnny Evans with the headed clearance. Andreas Pereira now knocking it on. Wan-Bissaka is not closing down Willian for some strange reason. Willian's just into the box. Chops it back. I don't know what Wan-Bissaka is doing. I don't know what Diogo Dalot is doing either. Big save there from Onana. What is going on? What is happening in this Manchester United team? Absolute chaos. I mean, Aaron Wan-Bissaka just gave up running. He jogged and decided he was a centre-back. Willian just comes inside, gets a shot off. I think it's offside in the first place. But Diogo Dalot just played it straight to Harry Wilson, who was onside. And the referee just stood there and didn't do anything. I don't know what we're doing. The standard of refereeing in this country is just genuinely official. It's just genuine horrendous. Big T says you can't celebrate when your team score. The sport is broken. Absolutely, man. You cannot celebrate anymore, and it is such a farce. It's every match. It is literally every match, and it's just a broken system. I mean, look, the idea of VAR is really good, and I don't think anyone can complain with the idea of, yeah, do you know what? If the referee makes a mistake, it can be corrected because somebody else is watching the game. I think we just have the same guys running it who have such clear personality issues, who have such clear flaws in their own game. I think that's the problem. Like, the standard of refereeing is a joke. It's like if you are in work and you're meant to have a supervisor looking over you, and your supervisor is your best mate, your supervisor isn't going to go in too hardly on you either. Like, he's just going to say, do you know what? Yeah, it's all good. I'm not gonna shout at you. I'm not gonna curse you out. I'm not gonna do anything. Like, that's genuinely the level you get with VAR. United steal the ball in well with McTominay there. Højlund finds Anthony. I feel like we're actually playing okay so far here. But we do look susceptible on the counter. Anthony's just jumped into tackle and had no chance of making it. Wan-Bissaka jogging back again. Is Wan-Bissaka fit? Like, because that's twice now Aaron Wan-Bissaka has just been jogging back. Is this guy even fit? I have to be asking the question at this point. Is Aaron Wan-Bissaka fit enough to be on the pitch? Because he has jogged not once but twice back after Willian. And I mean, Willian is not explosively quick either. I don't know, guys. I mean, VAR is just killing football at this point. Big T, you're absolutely right as well, man. I mean, subjective offside, they're saying. I mean, what is subjective about offside? It's either onside or offside. And it is just a joke. I can see the problem here is, I mean, it's just VAR is a clear and obvious ploy just to mask the shocking officials and decision making by referees in this country, and it always has been. It just means that VAR gets the blame and not the referee themselves, and that's genuinely the point we're at. And we're calling the referee over to look at a monitor to make an offside call whenever he's whenever the referees 3 or 4 feet away from the actual screen. Like, it is a nonsensical decision. Absolutely ridiculous. This is the work of Man City. I mean, I don't know who does VAR. I really don't know who designed this system, but like, any other manager would be out swinging for the fences with that one. I think United genuinely have to be a bit smarter. I think Ten Hag, if he is going to last, that has to be something he does. Or whoever comes in after Ten Hag, they have to go after the referees. Because we see it every single week with Jurgen Klopp. We see it every week with Pep Guardiola, Mikel Arteta. But we don't want to be seen to do that. And it's created a real double standard because we get some shocking calls that go against us every single week. And other teams, they call them out. We just sit there and take it. It is a joke. It is an absolute joke. And since Jurgen Klopp called out United for getting too many penalties, and that was, I believe, 2 seasons ago. I think it was that last season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Manchester United have had 4 penalties in the league in about 2 years. That's genuinely the levels we're talking about here, and United just gotta be smart. You gotta play the dark arts. Fergie did it all the time. Fergie definitely had influenced referees, and you know what? It worked. And now everybody else is doing it but us. We just sit there and take it and go, there's nothing we can do. So, I mean, I really hope that no matter the results here, that Ten Hag comes out after this match and goes after the refereeing decisions. I really hope he does. I don't know. We're trying to play the ball out here. Garnacho has certainly been fouled there. But yeah, look, ever since we got that one call this season against Andre Onana and the media circus that came for it, referees seem to want to give every decision against us. It's just so constant. We're up to 13 likes as well, guys. Thanks very much for that there one. I know it's an interesting time, kickoff 12:30. When do United ever play the early kickoff? So a chance for them to ruin the weekend nice and early here today. We're playing the ball forward to Garnacho, but I mean, I have to be asking questions about the tactical build-up here, about the actual way we're playing out of the box, because at the minute we are playing long ball to Garnacho and Antony. I mean, it's just not going to work because their centre halves are just peeling onto them and winning the ball every time. Now, it's dropped for Garnacho kindly enough here, but easily out. Stephanie's down there. If we didn't have bad luck, we would have no luck at all. It's good to see you, Stephanie. Hope all's good. Yeah, look, that call was absolutely ridiculous. And Fulham are in again here. I really don't know if Wan-Bissaka is fit because he's just jogging back every time. And it's causing real problems because Harry Maguire is never going to get out to defend the wide areas. Is Wan-Bissaka fit? Like I have to ask, because he's just jogging every single time. I don't know if he's even fit. I don't know. That's 3 times Fulham have got down that left hand side. I don't know what the problem is with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's out there by Harry Maguire. Fulham fans winning yellow cards and protests for the rising price of match tickets at their ground. I mean, it's good to see that. I think everybody can get behind that. They're cheaper tickets for the matches. I mean, the prices are ridiculous. Big T says he's looking forward to Ref Watch. I mean, I'm not, because it's just going to be Dermot Gallagher saying, do you know what? Yep, right decision on the pitch. And that's what it always is, because there's no scrutiny. A Fulham goal is brewing, you say. I mean, you could be onto something there as well. I feel like this is just one of those things. It's your luck isn't in. You get a goal knocked off for nothing. You're not playing well. You look susceptible on the counter attack, and then all of a sudden, Willian will just get in behind Harry Maguire and scored. That just feels like something that could happen to this Manchester United team at the minute. In terms of the poll, with 26 votes on it, 54% going for a win, 12% for the draw, 35% for the loss. Bruno has just failed to turn on the ball there. We had a decent opportunity. And Anthony goes in with a tackle on Calvin Bassey, and he has gone down. I feel like we're going to make Calvin Bassey look like Maldini today as well, which is an absolute unfortunate truth. Stephanie says, if we do score nowadays, we have to wait at least 10 minutes for officials to find a way to disallow it. Certainly can't celebrate. Absolutely not, Stephanie. And I saw the goal go in, and I knew there was no point in changing the actual score to the overlay just yet either, because you have to wait for the referees to find if there's any way they can disallow our goals. But yeah, I genuinely feel like nearly every match this season, there's been questionable refereeing calls or VAR calls that have gone against us. I mean, the last two matches, Newcastle, I mean, it was never a free kick for their second goal. City should not have had a penalty last week. We've had goals knocked off against Burnley, against Sheffield United, that should never have been knocked off. I just genuinely question whether the official guidance for referees is find a way to disallow United's goal, because we remember the media circus that kicked up over the Onana decision in the Wolves match, and we don't want a repeat of that. But that was day one of the season, and we genuinely have not improved since. Hot Fuzz is down there, big ups. Clap settings for the club, but also VAR. Time to get rid. Yeah, I would agree with that as well. Big T says, why more often than not is McTominay getting into goal-scoring positions before the attackers? Is he better than the attackers, or is he wrongly played defensively? I don't know. I feel like he's always been good at arriving into space in the box. I think he's always had that ability. And of course, he was played at a striker to begin with. He switched the ball nicely to Garnacho, and now we find Bruno. And Bruno across the box looking for Højlund, well cut out. Decent attempt there. Stephanie says Bruno's 200th appearance. Hope he delivers. Our captain, the silence has been deafening. Absolutely. Look, I feel like it's not just Bruno's fault, but I feel like as well, as captain, he has to do more to try to inspire on the pitch. He's made a couple of chances here. He's got Garnacho into a good position. Cut back to McTominay. Deflected back out to Garnacho, and we go again. Bruno now with it, and it's been given for offside. I mean, it's been given for offside off a deflection. Like, I don't even know the offside rule anymore. Really don't. Big T says McTominay in the Fergie days would be world class. Stephanie's in there as well. Big ups. Big T, Hot Fuzz, and ourselves. Big ups, of course. And yeah, look, we are 26 minutes in. Not too much really going on, if we're being truthful and honest with ourselves. Jarl is down there. Scott has gone on record saying he never actually played as a striker. It's a made-up story. I always feel like I remember him playing further forward as an attacking type midfielder, and I could have swore I seen him playing for one of the academy teams, possibly under 18s at striker. I could have swore that as well. But he did definitely play a lot further up. That's a really important tackle by Dalot. Wan-Bissaka needs to clear it. We look susceptible at the back again. We do. We absolutely look susceptible here. Fulham finding some joy, especially down that right-hand side. Anthony's not tracking back, and Wan-Bissaka doesn't look like he's fit. I mean, that was a really poor ball in there by Fulham, but they still got it, and they're going again. These guys are all over us at the minute. Yeah, look, I mean, it's been an interesting first 27 minutes. We should be a goal up. We should be winning this match. But it was a good tackle there by Dalot as well. But disappointing. I mean, it just shows the on-field inconsistencies and how they call these goals. I mean, everybody online right now is saying that City had the same goal, and Akanji was in an offside position, mild offside, and it was given as well. There's just no consistency with this at all, is there? And I think that's all we're asking for, really, is a degree of consistency, is a degree of, yeah, do you know what, we're getting these calls right. Where does McTominay play for Scotland? He kind of plays in like a... He doesn't play as a striker. He kind of plays as like a... It's an interesting system. It's kind of like an attack... He's like a wide attacking midfielder, almost. I think sometimes they would maybe have John McGinn on the other side as well. Sometimes Billy Gilmore plays a little bit more advanced, but he does normally... He's kind of positioned in a place where he can burst into the box and get on to the end of things as well. It's usually Shea Adams up front for Scotland, or sometimes it's what do you call the other guy, Landon Dykes as well. So these kind of big strikers that kind of attract the centre back attention, and they kind of drop in with the centre back. It gives McTominay space to burst into on the edge of the box, and it's a simple move, but it can work. It can be effective. Look, at the minute, this is something I can't see United really playing up the pitch too well at the moment. We're kind of being frustrated playing out. I think this is the negative of having McTominay in the team, because he will play deeper, and at the minute he's playing deeper, but we can't get the ball up the pitch. Maguire's just gone long again. I mean, it's far too easy for Fulham to defend when we go long to Antony or Garnacho, because they're just not going to compete in the air with the Fulham centre backs. It's a ludicrous plan of approach, and you're basically asking Højlund to go up against two centre backs at a time in the air, and they're just winning everything when it's not on the everything that comes off the ground. Fulham are just winning and dominating it, and look, they're countering us right now. Decent opportunity there, but Delo's just going to clear that one. But we need to keep the ball on the ground. I seen someone say the other day, we seem like we play and we start every match like we're a goal down with 20 minutes left, 15 minutes left, and all we want to do is just get the ball forward as quickly as possible. I mean, there's no control, and control is something we spoke about a lot last season. I remember Ten Hag always saying we need to control the matches, we need to control the tempo, control the outcomes, and we're not doing that at the minute as well. So yellow card there for Anthony Robinson. And look, we got another set piece in a good area, around the same sort of position we got that it should have been a goal from. Will we go for the same style of approach? I hope so, because I've had a big problem with Bruno Fernandes on set pieces, on corner kicks and free kicks for a very long time. He never delivers, so we are essentially wasting them when we give it to Bruno. Let Christian Eriksen take it. Eriksen's taking this one. It's a good ball into the box. It's cleared by Fulham, and it will go out for a corner. I mean, look, we're 31 minutes in. It hasn't really been a great match so far. I feel like we've had big stoppages. That Maguire one took 4 or 5 minutes at the start of the match when he went down holding his head, and then obviously the VAR call took forever as well. So I'm expecting probably close to 10 minutes of added time here as well in this first half. Bruno taking this set piece. I mean, it's just predictably going far and wide over, and then Johnny Evans goes for an overhead kick. I think this is kind of summing this club up at the moment. So Fresh is saying leaving Højlund on his own up front with no one to play off him is questionable. It is, yeah. I don't think he's ready to be playing up front by himself with no one near him. Last season, of course, at Atalanta, he played with Lookman up front with him, and Lookman kind of played off him as well, and it worked well. Both of those players got a lot of goals. I think he looks isolated. I think he needs somebody up there alongside him. I did see talk that we might look for an experienced striker in the January window, but I feel like with the personnel we have, we can get more out of him as well. Big T says Eriksen looks knackered already. Yeah, I think this is the issue with Christian Eriksen. Really, is the his energy levels are just not the same. I feel like we probably ran him dry last year. Garnacho stole in well to win the ball here. He's got Bruno on the inside. He's got Højlund on the inside as well. Garnacho plays in Højlund. Højlund now into the box. Nice layback to Bruno Fernandes, but a fairly comfortable save from Bernd Leno. Look, that was a nice move. We've seen Højlund involved, and he can make things happen when we get the ball to him, because a good run, held off Tim Ream well, found Bruno on the edge of the box. Bruno went for the placer, and it was, to be fair, it was quite a tame save for Leno. Not too much pace on it, but that was good. That was a nice passing triangle that opens up an opportunity, and we've pressed well, and now the ball's gone out for a throw in to Manchester United. So we can get at them. Bernd Leno was let go at Arsenal because he wasn't good playing the ball out of the back. He's not that comfortable on the ball. So we absolutely can disrupt their rhythm, and we need to try to do it. It's dropped to Bruno. It's out to Eriksen. Eriksen looking up. Big T says that Højlund's first real involvement. Probably is as well. I mean, it's taking us 30 minutes to get the guy into a match every time. I mean, look, there's my problem there. I think that was Diogo Dalot popping up in a centre midfield area. Um, Good tackle there by Wan-Bissaka to win the ball back. And we can maybe try to press and move up the pitch. We have an overload on that side, but we're going backwards again. The Fresh says, glad to see Rashford getting a break. He's been terrible for a while. Should get suspended after the party game. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that was made an issue of as well. I think Ten Hag could have just said, yeah, look, it was a pre-approved party. But I mean, there's no problem. With that, he did turn up to training on time as well, so Sancho with no excuse there. We're up to 15 likes as well. Thank you very much for that there one, guys. Much appreciated. And look, we're trying to play the ball up the pitch here. We're kind of stuck in around the back line. I think Fulham are doing well to stop us moving that ball forward, and I think this was my concern. See, for me, genuinely, when we don't have Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez on, we struggle so much to move that ball up the pitch. We just cannot progress it. We're far too reliable. Very reliant on a couple of players to really do much for us. We've got the ball here. I mean, it's just again, we're playing like we're a goal down with 5 minutes left. I don't know why we have to go fast and long every time. Hold the ball and try to make something of it. There's a lot of time left in this match, and if you're just gonna keep pumping the ball long and looking for these quick passes, when it's not on, it's just gonna keep coming back at you. I'm positive that we've given the ball away so many times already in this match. Fulham look quite composed playing out of the back. Big T says again, McTominay creating the Bruno chance. McTominay's fighting for us. We have to give him that. Stefan says every match we have to score first and keep a clean sheet. Might have to stop saying it. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what we got to be doing. Would I make Martinez captain when he's back? I mean, I don't know. I think Martinez is unlucky because he was kind of getting a lot of criticism about his level of performances. Now, ultimately, it turned out that he hadn't even healed from the injury. He was just thrown back into the team because we couldn't play without him. I think you've genuinely got future captain in there. I don't think he'll take it off Bruno so quickly. I don't think he can, really. So unless a new manager wants to change that, I don't know. I think Bruno will be captain for the next while at least. Here we are with 36 minutes played. We gotta keep this ball out of our own net, of course. Free kick for Fulham off an Antony foul. I mean, Antony has been really disappointing again, but I mean, it's genuinely just a power performance, really. I would be more surprised if he was doing a lot on the pitch. Let's put it that way. Onana should come and claim that, and he does. William Wallace down there. Glazers from the club, we're not going to get going. We've got bad times coming. I mean, yeah. I mean, until the ownership thing really changes and there's an actual plan in place, I think we're always going to struggle and find ourselves lost in these cycles as well. Big T says Ten Hag should never have done that to Martinez. I mean, yeah, look, I don't know what the story was. He clearly wasn't fit, and his level of performances were always showing that as well. Good run there by Iwobi, but I mean, well wide. Anthony off for Mount, surely. I mean, maybe if Palistri's on the bench, maybe that could be the call as well. I would get, yeah, I could agree with Eriksen off for Amrabat or Eriksen off for Kobbie Mainoo. I think get some of these players on the pitch and start playing football. I think that has to be the message of the day, because again, it's like we're a goal down with 5 minutes left. Nobody is interested in getting their heads up, playing patterns, looking for triangles, trying to play a 1-2, open up some space. It's just pump the ball forward and hope that it drops kindly. I mean, this is the kind of football we expect of Sheffield United, not really Manchester United. This approach is not going to get the best out of these players, and Fulham can deal with this all day long, really. Maguire lying it back. Big T says McTominay is often further forward than Højlund. That's exactly why we can't have McTominay in the midfield, because there is no midfield at this minute, because Eriksen's dropping in between the centre backs and there's nothing for 30 yards ahead of him. I mean, Bruno's picking the ball up here now in a centre forward type position, holding off Calvin Bassey, but he's got Antony on the outside. Bruno looking for the ball in towards Højlund. Well cleared out there as well by Tim Ream, to be fair. And that should be yeah, it is a corner kick as well. Big T says Chesterfield United could give us a game. Honestly, man, Sutton United would give us a game at the minute. I don't know. There's just something about knowing we spent £1 billion and we're playing Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire at centre half in 2023 just does not sit right with me at all. Ball's going to drop to Delo. That might have just left the stadium. I mean, fair play to Diogo Delo. He's got some genuine confidence, clearly, to take on a volley dropping 100 feet on his right foot about 30 yards out of the box. But I mean, they'll be getting that ball out of the Thames from that attempt. Stephanie says Mini needs to run out today, perhaps 30 minutes. So Fresh says, still think Bruno should get a long break from the squad. He's been unimpressive for nearly a season. I think, yeah, look, he genuinely just looks burnt out. I mean, the man played 60, 70 matches last year, and to be fair, he is bulletproof in terms of injuries, but I think genuinely his form is suffering a lot, and I'm sure he is mentally tired as well. I mean, we signed Mason Mount for what, 50, 60 million pounds. We give him the number 7 shirt and we don't play him. Like, what is the point? Should be getting him on the pitch. Eriksen should win that ball, but he's just been handed off it as well by a Wobie there. I mean, Eriksen needs to come off because he looks absolutely shattered. United trying to play the ball forward. Johnny Evans into Højlund. Højlund looked for the flick on and didn't quite get it back there either. Bruno needs to cross to McTominay. Højlund needs to drop back to midfield. I don't know, man. Like, it's such an odd system. I really don't know what we're doing at times, because at the minute Bruno's kind of playing as a second striker. We're kind of playing a 4-4-2. If you look at his out of possession here, Bruno's going with Tim Ream. Højlund, I guess we're trying to press him, but when you're pressing with two people, it's not going to work either. Christian Eriksen's never going to be able to cover that ground in the middle of the pitch. He's just never going to do it. We're backing off them now. Under no real pressure, they're going to play out as well. And now Bruno's going to try close down Calvin Bassey. He's moving it forward. But I mean, I think we can give it to Calvin Bassey because he's not good on the ball as well. He was signed by Ajax after Ten Hag left, and they said that Calvin Bassey is one of the worst ball-playing centre-backs they've ever seen. So I think we can give Bassey the ball. He's physically very strong. He's a good defender, but he's not good on the ball. Hotfuzz is saying Mount getting the number 7 was just one big PR move that so far has backfired. McTominay pressing their goalkeeper, again, not in midfield, demands on a mission. I mean, yeah, look, he's pressing the goalkeeper, but this is my thing. It's when he's meant to be playing deep, he has to be in that position as well. So that's why I don't think you put him deep, because he doesn't have that discipline either. We can appreciate the work rate, but in that position, he needs to step further back. If he's going to keep doing these pressures and trying to get on beyond the striker, then you have to play him further up, because otherwise you've just got a big gaping hole in the midfield. And that for me is a big concern so far in this one. We're about 2 minutes away from the 45 being over, but I'm predicting a lot of added time here as well. I think we're going to see something like 10 minutes, just with that VAR call and Maguire injury as well. So a long time to have time just yet. Andres Pereira breaks into our box. Good tackle there. I think it was Scott McTominay getting back in there. See, that's where he's meant to be. He's following the midfield runners into the box. Big T says we miss Fred. I mean, yeah, genuinely, Fred would be very helpful in this situation. Willian trying to cross it. McTominay with the clearance, only as far as Calvin Bassey. And ball is out again for another corner. We got to watch him. Look, they're a big team, Fulham. We got to get these corners under control. We got to try knock it out of the box, because at the minute we're not quite doing it either. Of course, and there's nothing Andreas Pereira would love more than a goal today as well. Absolutely, got to watch out for him. Got to watch out for preseason Pirlo. He's about to take the corner here. Ball is going out. Onana doesn't quite come for it, but Harry Maguire is going to flick it out, and it's going to be a throw-in. Fulham keeping us penned in here a little bit. Raphael says pressing seems easier to play against as we don't hunt in packs. We just press one-on-one to a man. Yeah, we don't do it in packs. We don't do it in blocks. It's I don't know. It's almost like we're watching Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds, but just with less effort. That's genuinely like the pressing structure we're working with at the minute. We've just launched the ball clear. It's going to come right back at us, because we can't compete with Fulham in the air. They're just a bigger team. Bruno really weakly bypassed there by Polina. And the ball's going to go out to Willian. We got to be careful, and we can't be caught napping here as well. Anthony with a weak tackle. Good shot by Willian, but it's going to be off target. Yeah, look, massive problems playing out from the back. I think we could have predicted this before the match started. We are kind of dropping ourselves to Fulham's level, and they're beating us. They really are. We're kind of playing like a 4-1-5 if you're watching it, and the one guy trying to hold down the fort in the midfield is Christian Eriksen, who has no legs whatsoever. I don't know. We have to be winning this match. I'm not thinking that they're anywhere, shape or form a competent team, this Fulham side, but we should be beating them. Big T says not many agree, but I think we actually miss Weghorst making the space to make others work. The difference between Rashford last season and this is no Weghorst. I mean, maybe. I think one of the other problems in Rashford, I just think genuinely he's just not serviced to work with a striker like Højlund either. I think I've seen as well, someone said in the last 2 seasons, we've only had about 5 or 6 goals from a centre forward from a number 9 position that isn't Rashford. I think he's consuming a lot of the goals, or a lot of the opportunities. I think he's got to get his head up and look. We don't have chance creating wingers, and I think that's an issue at the minute. But the big problem today is we cannot play out from the back. We cannot play through the middle of the pitch, and we're not good enough in the air to lump the ball long. We're essentially playing with one midfielder, and it's Christian Eriksen, and Christian Eriksen is not going to last. He looks dead on his feet already in this one, and we're really struggling to get out at the moment. I think Evans and Maguire, you're never getting ball playing. I think you're not going to get it from Wan-Bissaka either. I think genuinely we got to look, maybe Rafa Varane's worth putting on. I think certainly get Sofyan Amrabat on for Christian Eriksen. I think that'll help with the energy levels. I would maybe think about taking Anthony off for Anthony off for Mount, and then maybe trying to get Kobe Mania in there as well. Hotfuzz says, what is funny to me is early based, we don't establish dominance in the air while the manager wants dominance to be on the ground with our pass and move play. Yeah, I just don't get it, because Ten Hag has never been a guy who plays long football. I mean, the style of football we're playing at the minute, you genuinely would be safer with Big Sam. I don't know, like, it does kind of feel like the Van Gaal days. I don't know if you remember when we tried to get Fellaini as a striker just to launch balls towards him and hope that it could be flicks on. But I mean, that's genuinely the level of football we're playing at the minute. Big T says Højlund needs crosses and setting up, and Anthony and Rashford will never give him that. No, they won't either. Garnacho has an opportunity on the edge of the box, finds Bruno, and Bruno's cross goes out of play for a goal kick. I mean, the ball was out before it even got anywhere near the goalposts. It's another poor cross again from Manchester United. And our starting I'm really starting to feel like this is just going to be one of these games where we struggle, we half-heartedly huff and puff, and then we don't get anywhere. We end up getting nowhere either. Nobody warming up as far as we can see, but Rafa Varane is stripping off the coat as well. Rashford sitting on the bench, but I think he is out of the squad today. I don't think he's actually playing. And that's going to be a free kick to Manchester United there. as well. I think it's Harry Maguire down holding the head. Big T says it's mad. That's how bad we are. Fellaini would improve this team. I mean, we're kind of playing that style of football at the minute, man. I just don't get it. We have players to play a more attacking, a more progressive, a more ground-based style of play, and we're not using them. We buy Onana to pass out of the back. We buy Mason Mount to be a more progressive midfielder. We sign Amrabat to be a sitting controller of the ball. We sign as well in the summer Højlund to come in and score goals and be a goalkeeper someone links up with, be a goal scorer who some players link up with, who gets in behind the back. I just don't know what the style is here. I really don't. It feels like we're just going pragmatic because he needs results, but I think we would get better results if he stuck to what he signed these players to do. The man says, can Mooney and Hannibal play in the one team? Yeah, they probably can. They probably can. I would like to see Cobby get on, or Hannibal. I think Garnacho has been involved, but I would definitely be looking at taking Antony off. Antony is a complete waste of space, and he's just lost again there. Adam says, what's the style of play? There is none, genuinely. Let's see. So Fresh is saying, I'd rather see Fellaini than Fernandes at the moment. I mean, we have these players, like we have Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount and Amrabat and Menu and Hannibal and Rashford and Garnacho and Højlund. These are not bad players, but we're getting so little out of these players as well. We're genuinely getting nothing out of them, and a lot of it's to do with the approach. You would not turn up with Pep Guardiola's Barcelona team from 2009, what some would say the best team in world football. And they were as good as that because they played the style that got the most out of them. You would not turn up with that team and play long ball football. You would not just be hitting long balls, hoping Samuel Eto'o would knock it down and Messi would get the flick on into the box. Because that's genuinely the levels we're playing at the minute. Live and die by the sword. That's what I got to say. If you believe in your style of play, Erik ten Hag, then go out and play it. If not, then what are you doing here? Come on, if you believe that you can combine your style with that of Manchester United, then do it. Don't just play this long ball football, because even before you came, we did not play long ball football. We never did. Even people say that the Oli football had no tactics, but we sat back, we mostly counterpunched, but it worked, and it was effective for a very long time until we tried to go more progressive, and we didn't have the players for it. If you genuinely cannot get anything out of this team, sit back, head on the counter-attack, be dangerous, be a team that can have that threat. You got the players for it. You got Garnacho, you got Højlund. Why not try it out? Adam says we're hopeful for a long ball team. I feel so bad for Højlund. He's got no service. Absolutely none. I think in terms of the overall chances Højlund has had, it's something like his XG is like 1.3 in the Premier League, and that means out of every match he's played, he's accumulated an his expected goal tally is 1, and that's it. That's genuinely the levels we're playing at the minute. It was a very stop-start half. I think we got to go more progressive in this second half. There was no real urgency in there, but get Kobbie Mainoo out there, get someone else out there as well. I really don't know. Try to go more progressive. That's got to be message of the day. Go more progressive with it as well. I think Antony off for Mount. I would question then what we do on the right hand side. I don't know the best option in that regard. Do we want to go with Bruno on the right? Because I don't know if that's really going to help us too much in the grand scheme of things either. I feel like Fulham are there to be got at. I think we can get at them. I don't know if putting Facundo Pellistri on is going to be the option either, really, to go. I'm not sure. Like I'm kind of like, I'm kind of looking at him like, who can come on and realistically play on that right hand side, because Antony is just giving us absolutely nothing. I think in terms of the subs, I would say Christian Eriksen can come off. I'll put Amrabat in. If we're going to be playing with a one midfielder, then make it soft in Amrabat. He's got the legs to cover that ground, and regardless of what some people on Twitter say, he actually is a good footballer. So I would definitely be bringing Amrabat on. Absolutely. I think I would put Kobe Mino on as well. Maybe with 30 minutes to go. I think I would put Mount on for Anthony. I think if you put Mount on for Anthony, you might get some more progression further up the pitch. And I would maybe put Raphael Varane on. But I don't think we'll make 3 subs at half time. I don't. Big T says Bruno and Eriksen off, Mount on the right, Mino in place of Bruno. Sorry, instead of Bruno. I mean, we could do that. Or we could put Hannibal on maybe if we wanted some more bite. But I feel like Hannibal at the minute is not really playing to the fullest of his strengths either. I feel like he's more interested in jumping in for a tackle and getting booked than actually contributing a lot with his overall play on the pitch as well. Let me just take one of these as well. But yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. And it's a disappointing way to be playing football at the minute. What have got 38 votes in the poll so far. 53% going with the win, 34 for the loss, 14 for the draw. Look, at the minute, I mean, I feel like it would have been one of those matches we were set up to concede in. Thankfully, we haven't conceded yet, might I add. But certainly we need to get a lot better than what we have been in that first 45. There's a lot more that we can really do with this team. There's a lot more we can really see and progress. And this team should be doing a lot better. Big T says Hannibal wants to be the Roy Keane, and I like it. Look, I don't mind a player jumping into tackles. I think he's just got to offer a little bit more on the ball as well. I think that is absolutely key for Hannibal. But I think there's a player in there. I do. I wouldn't mind seeing him play a little bit more. Let me see who else is in the comments. Did I see one coming in there from Aleme? I'm just confused about this Man United team. I'm not seeing response to the bashing from City and Newcastle. Very sluggish play. Absolutely, I agree. Very sluggish play from Manchester United. There's no real urgency. And I say urgency in terms of what we're actually doing progressively. I think there's urgency trying to get the ball forward, but I don't think it's doing much for us. Because we're not a long ball team, and we've never really been a long ball team, and we're just not suited for it. Yes, we've got Højlund up front, but we shouldn't just be launching it long to him every single time. Otherwise, we should have went out and signed Christian Benteke or signed Romelu Lukaku or someone like that. We're just launching the ball towards the kid and hoping he can make something stick. And even when he brings it down, there's nobody around him. Because Bruno and McTominay ran on ahead of him. Like, he needs players closer to him. Stephanie says, you want to know my score prediction? Don't want to jinx it. Yeah, go on ahead. Go for it, Stephanie. I think we can win this match. I think with the right chances at half-time, we can go more progressive with it, and we can get in, and we can beat this Fulham team. I think we can take Eriksen off without losing too much offensively and gain more in terms of our progression. So I would say Amrabat for Christian Eriksen. I would take Anthony off for Mount. I would put Mino on at some point as well, and that's what I would like to see. Anthony, genuinely horrendous performance in that half. Christian Eriksen just looks dead at his feet. We have to have. I think we got to get. We just need a Mount on the pitch. I think we need Mino on the pitch. We need some legs. Stephanie says sneak up 1-0 Højlund goal. I could see it. I think we can get at this Fulham team. I really don't think they've been anything special in that first half, and I think we can get at them. I think Højlund does have the better of Tim Ream at centre back. I think, yeah, he's probably going to struggle with the physicality of Calvin Bassey. That's probably someone he might not be able to get the best of at this moment in time. It'd be very even in terms of their speed and their strength, but we absolutely can, and we absolutely should be doing more than what we are. Look, we should be a goal up. We should absolutely be a goal up, and the reason why is because Harry Maguire did not touch that ball. He was not interfering in play any more than anybody else was, and he should have been onside. But unfortunately, it hasn't been given against us. So we have to go again. We can't rely on it. The VAR can take a goal off us. We have seen time and time again this season they will do just that. So we gotta get the heads up. We gotta get going in the second half. We need to see some changes, especially in that midfield area. There's no progression. There's no attempts to move the ball forward, and we gotta be doing better than that. Absolutely. It's a big 45 coming up for Manchester United. We can get at them. We've gone in front already. We should be going at them. Let's see what we can do in this half. We need to see some changes, I think. I think Eriksen off, and I would put Stefan Amrabat on. I think that's his first sub. And Alama says is it hard for Ten Hag to take Bruno off? The only positive is McTominay and Harry Maguire. I think, yeah, he probably should take Bruno off as well. I think midfield needs changing. But I have noticed a difference as well. I think the plan really has been a 4-4-2 out of possession. We're trying to funnel the ball. We're trying to force it onto Calvin Bassey to limit their ball playing out from the back. I think it's working, but I don't think there's been enough intensity to really get the most out of it. So I'd like to see some higher starting positions. I think with Wan-Bissaka, if he is fit, because look, it looked like he was jogging several times in that first half. BT says, does Amrabat increase goal threat? I don't think he really increases the goal threat, no. I think you lose Christian Eriksen's set-piece delivery, but I think what you get with Amrabat is we can move the ball quicker. I think we can move it more progressively. And it's not that Eriksen's a bad passer or anything. I just think Stefan Amrabat has the legs to get into the space quicker than what Eriksen does. I think we need to make two changes in midfield. I think Amrabat and I think Mount. And I think the reason why we need to do that is Stefan Amrabat will drop in between Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans. He will pick the ball up from those players. And what he will do then is he needs someone to drop to receive the ball. And that's how we need to move up the pitch. Because we've seen it with Eriksen in that first half. He drops in. But McTominay is already gone. Bruno is already gone. And there's a massive space 30-40 yards ahead of him where we have no midfield presence whatsoever because the players are trying to get forward too quickly. I think Mount comes on, he probably drops a little bit deeper to receive the ball and turn on it. And that's what we want from Mount. We want him to be this mobile number 8 player. So we've got to play him. Absolutely, we have to play him as well in this one. And I think that's how we get the best out of it. I think we can move further up if we have Wan-Bissaka and if he's fit. I think Amrabat gives you a more mobile platform to build out from as well. I think Mount will help receive the ball. So I think we can do that. I would hesitantly say if we take off Christian Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes from Mount and for Stefan Amrabat, I think you'll get a better level of performance. I think you could even go as far as to put Kobbie Mainoo on then for Scott McTominay after about 60 minutes. That could be the subs I would make, because with Mainoo you'll get a much more direct style of play. You'll get someone who can drop the shoulder and drive forward when given that ability, and he'll link up really well with Stefan Amrabat, and you can push Mason Mount right up and play off Rasmus Højlund, where he can use his good movement to try get in behind and try make flick-ons and try to offer up a different option arriving late into the box. Something we're not doing at all, really, and there's a severe lack of them, and they're so effective, is cutbacks. And we've seen so many cutback goals against us as well this season, but we never seem to score them. We need to see the wide players crossing the ball more, and when we do that, defenders will go with the likes of Højlund, and they will go with whoever's on the other side, be it Rashford or Anthony or whoever it is, and that leaves a little bit of gap. And that's somewhere where McTominay, for instance, can exploit. That's somewhere where Mount can exploit, is looking for those cutbacks. So effective, and they're a simple goal, but the reason why you see them so often is because they're just so effective. They're so hard to stop. You're getting a free shot that you're running on the edge of the box or the penalty spot. That is absolutely goal time. So Fresh is saying Amrabat is the best option for getting the ball in the build-up better and blending the chemistry. I think his progressive passes is good. I think we'll keep the ball on the floor more often, and I think that is absolutely necessary. I think as well, if you're Amad Diallo, I think he has a real opportunity to come in and establish himself as a Manchester United player, as a first teamer, because the level of performances we're getting from Anthony are nothing short of abysmal. Sancho will clearly never play for the club again. So if you're Amad Diallo, I think this is your opportunity. And he is getting close to fitness. I just hope he can take it, because Amad, genuinely is a very, very, very promising young player, and I don't think he could play any worse than Anthony does. I don't think he could play any worse than Sancho has been either. Alema says this game is in for the taking. I'm surprised United is not using Anthony and Garnacho for the wings. I think we're seeing a lot more of Garnacho than we are of Anthony, but even at that, it's still not too much. But yeah, look, I think we just gotta be more progressive with it and try to open them up more and try to make more opportunities. We've had one shot on target in 45 minutes against this Fulham team, which just is not good enough either. So performance levels have to go up. We have to be ready for this. We have to be better with what we're doing in and out of possession, and we need to be more progressive. Keep the ball on the ground. You will open them up. I have no doubts about that. João Palhinha is a walking yellow card for them, and if he gets a yellow, he could well go off. We know what Palhinha is like. He loves to jump into the tackles, and he is holding down the fort for them quite well, but we absolutely should be getting closer to him and in and around those areas. We're just not seeing it enough at the minute, because between Bruno and Scott McTominay, they both want to burst on, they both want to burst into the box, and ultimately it is kind of costing us as well at times this season. Erik ten Hag making a walk across the pitch. We're getting ready for the second half. We have to up the performance levels in this half. I don't see any subs have been made, which is a little bit disappointing, because we're not playing that well, not making too many opportunities aggressively and offensively, and we got to be doing better. Absolutely, we have to be doing better in this half, and Ten Hag needs this to be a big half for him. I can't see any subs have been made, unless Christian Eriksen's come off, but he has just been shown on the camera as well, so we're changeless at halftime. I can't say I'm really on board with that after one shot on target in 45 minutes against this Fulham team. Let me get the timer up as well, because we're getting ready for the second half. And yeah, look, this is a big one. This is an absolutely massive second half for Erik ten Hag, and the game is here for the taking. I think we can beat this Fulham team today, and I think we have to just keep the ball on the ground, because when it's in the air, that's Fulham's game, and they're loving this as well. We are just about underway at Craven Cottage for the second half. 0-0 at the minute. Let's hope we can get a better performance in this second. Fulham's going to go for this as well. Maguire up for the header. So for us to saying we're letting Fulham get too many corners and crosses, yeah, we are. We're asking for trouble. That's what we're doing. Højlund goes in against Calvin Bassey there. It's just sort of bounced off them, and it's going to come back again. Højlund is holding his own up front, but he needs help. He needs support around him. He looks very isolated. Yanni is down there. It's really sad that the guys can't just play. It's 100% coaching. Worst part is people still think we got the right guy. I think a lot of this is self-inflicted. Ten Hag signed a lot of players to play a certain style of football, man, and we're doing the exact opposite. These players have not been signed to play long ball football. They really have not, and I don't know why we're doing it or why we're persisting with it. It's like I said in the start of the first half, we basically are playing like we're a goal down with 10 minutes left from the first minute, and it's just too urgent. There's no control, there's no passing triangles, there's no systems, and that, yes, we can question the players' effort levels at times, and at times it is genuinely disgraceful, and there's so many individual errors out there on the pitch every single match that is just self-inflicted, and no coach can really deal with that. But we got to be doing better than what we are as well, system-wise. Anthony there with a poor pass. Wan-Bissaka's won the ball, and United have a decent opportunity. If we can get the heads up, Wan-Bissaka goes on the outside, gets a cross in, and it is cleared. Wan-Bissaka, nice bit of pressing there. That's probably the most we've seen from him offensively in this game so far. McTominay now, back to Anthony. Anthony looking up, finds Delo to Garnacho. Nice bit of play here from United. This is a little bit more like it. Garnacho into the box. Garnacho shoots and saved by Bernd Leno. That's more like it. That's what we can do when we keep the ball on the ground, because we have players who are suited to play that style of football. Garnacho and Bruno, Højlund, players like that are better equipped to play on the ground than they are playing long ball. And yeah, look, it's a shot on target, but that's more shot. Well, that's the same amount of shots on target in the first 2 minutes as opposed to the first 45 in this half. So little bit better, little bit of signs of encouragement. The pressing was good there from Wan-Bissaka. But yeah, look, got a long way to go in this match. We got to get ourselves making these opportunities more regularly, sustaining possession. I feel like I've been saying this from match day one. The more we hold the ball around their penalty box, the more opportunities we make, the more we can sustain that pressure higher up the pitch, the better we are, because we are not good at progressing the ball from the back line to the forward line. It's just not our strength. When the ball's up there in the attacking third, we gotta be keeping it, and we have to be looking after it and making sure we're making the most of it. Sustain that pressure, keep the ball high up, and we will make opportunities. And that's how we get Højlund the goals. That's how we find the flick-ons and knock-ons. It is interesting how we're shaping up. It's definitely a tweak in the system. It's definitely a 4-4-2 out of possession, trying to put the pressure on Calvin Bassey, who probably fouled Bruno Fernandes there, but referee says play on in this case. Big ups as well, guys. Thanks very much for 17 likes. Much appreciated. And we're playing through. Big T says this has not been a save the manager performance, so the players want to save him. I don't know. I don't know if this group of players can save the manager either. That's I think Ten Hag is relying on these players who have let down a lot of managers in the past to save him as well. I think that's a concern. And look, Fulham now have the ball and they have a decent area for a set piece here. A little bit straight, in all fairness. I think it was Garnacho with the foul there on Harry Wilson, just kind of tripped him up a little bit. And yeah, look, we got to be ready for this. Got to be careful. Can't give too many set pieces away, because Andreas Pereira can put a good ball into the box, and they probably have the physical advantage on us in these situations to make us pay for giving the ball away. So we have to be careful and ready to defend. Clear this ball out and we go again. That has to be message of the day for Manchester United with these set pieces. And Pereira to take it first and foremost. About 30 yards out, maybe clips the ball in, not too much pace on it. Maguire handily defends that. It's dropped to Iwobi this time. Now to Willian, gotta close him down. Don't let him shoot from the edge of the box. Pereira looking for the forward ball. It's gonna go out for a throw in. That's more like the Andreas Pereira we know of Manchester United anyways. Any more thoughts, guys? Make sure get them in down below. Vote on the poll if you haven't already. And of course, if you guys want to hit the sub button or hit the like button as well, would be very, very much appreciated. And yeah, United playing out. Wan-Bissaka looking for Anthony. Anthony plays it back. McTominay with a switch. Looking for Delo. Just about gets it. And it's a decent flick on there ahead of Bruno. We've got space to attack into now. Garnacho 1v1 with the fullback across the goal. And it's a good save there by Bernd Leno. That was more like it. We can't. That's what I've been saying all match long. Is keep the ball on the ground and we can open them up. We can make chances. And that's that's just something we got to be doing as well. Open them up, keep it on the ground. Bruno to take this one from the corner. Don't know if I really fancy a good delivery here. Never do. Fall to Garnacho to Delo. Delo looking up, can't find the ball really, but he does go on the outside. Good bit of play there. Maguire across. That was an opportunity. Neither Højlund or McTominay could get on the end of it, and Johnny Evans with the foul there. So Fulham get a reprieve. Yeah, look, it's been a better 6 minutes so far in this half. A little bit more urgency, keeping the ball on the ground better. I think that's a very, 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 very soft foul to give away there against Johnny Evans. Really was not much in that at all. Bernd Leno trying to play the ball out. Again, look, it's a really conscious effort to try funnel the ball towards Calvin Bassey, who is not good playing the ball out, and it's forcing Fulham to go long. We should win this ball in the air. Haven't quite with Vinicius up there for them. Johnny Evans does win the throw in, and we can hopefully play the ball out at the back. But this is where the concern's been. It's not as much in the final third. It's getting the ball from centre backs into the midfield, up to the forwards, and it's breaking down a lot. It's broke down again, and we seem to be more happy just to launch it forward than we are to really keep the ball on the ground, play a good football going, and moving up the pitch that way. Wan-Bissaka in there against Willian, scrapping for the ball, hasn't quite won it. Should drop here for Christian Eriksen. And yeah, back to Wan-Bissaka, to Anthony, to Eriksen. Looks up, doesn't find Bruno, because we almost played our way out of trouble quite nicely there. Anthony Robinson got to watch himself going in for some of these tackles as well. Already on a yellow, that could be a factor. Christian Eriksen's lack of athleticism just cost him there. He had an opportunity really to try play Højlund in there, but he just could not get any power on his leg after lifting it up above chest level for the flick on, and Fulham do have a throw in. But yeah, look, I wouldn't mind some subs. I think we're coming up to that kind of time. We got to go for this a bit more than what we have been. Try to make some more opportunities. We've seen once or twice this half looking fairly dangerous through Garnacho, but we got to give him more off the ball. Got to get it closer to Højlund. Make some more clear-cut chances. I don't think we have had a clear-cut chance at all this match, or for several matches. I think we're living off half chances, bobbles in the box, deflections, flick-ons. We got to be fastening more opportunities. Anthony looking up. Anthony, I mean, has to take 5 touches to get it on his left foot, and by that time Fulham are well set. Anthony's just such a frustration. There's no speed in this man's play at all, and it just slows it all down for us. Delou tries to cross it. Bassi with a clearance. I don't know. I really think I'm done with Anthony at this club. I said all summer long this would be a massive season for him. He's got to really improve. Like, we'd seen glimpses of him playing well, but it's every week. Big T says Moments FC, and we have been for ages. Absolutely, man. There's no real pedigree at this club of just taking teams apart on a weekly basis through good play, through good movement, and creating lots of opportunities. Maguire looks for the clipped ball forward. It's just over Delou, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Look, this is kind of what we've been relegated to at the minute, and I think we gotta be pulling out some subs. We gotta be looking out for it. Højlund really struggling to get into the game. Anthony looking abysmal. So I wouldn't mind some changes here. I really wouldn't. Good flick there by Christian Eriksen, looking for the ball forward, but it is going to get caught out there by Calvin Bassi. I mean, Bassi is not a great player playing it out from the back with the ball at his feet, but purely defensively, he is a good player, very strong, very quick. Going to take... you have to really catch him off guard if you want to beat him physically. Definitely a foul there on Højlund. Bruno wanted to take the free kick early. We haven't quite done that either. Now we're just going backwards with it. Johnny Evans on the ball now. I mean, we're getting crowded out, but we seem to be playing the ball a little bit more in this move. But we're just going backwards as well. I think there's a real lack of retention of the ball in these key areas, and I think that's definitely hurting us. There's nothing really between the forward line and the back line. There's no midfield, so anytime the forwards need to lay the ball off, it's travelling back 20 yards to the defence. Big T says, do we have to accept football as pause for now and play whatever takeover happens has a positive impact? I mean, possibly. Fulham breaking forward here. Good chance here. Got to clear this ball out. And we just about managed to do that as well. Got to watch out for the counter-attacks. Fulham looking dangerous on the break. Again there, because Willian in that time. Harry Wilson with the drive forward. I feel like we've been really susceptible to these drives for a long time. When players really build up a head of steam, they kind of just run right through the middle of our pitch. And that has to be a big concern. when watching Manchester United at the minute is we've seen it happen time and time again with Livramento. Midweek we've seen it with City. I really feel like we struggle to deal with runners, with ball carriers, and it's a concern. You just want to see us put a foot in somewhere, but we're just letting them carry the ball over and over and over again. We're right. We're trying to play the ball out now. We've got it with Bruno Fernandes looking for Garnacho. A lot of players forward, but Garnacho's found that ball really nicely. This is an opportunity here. Bruno tries for the cutback, doesn't quite get there. Anthony runs in, can't get there either, and Fulham can break on us once again. It's going a little bit topsy-turvy. I think Christian Eriksen, I think his legs are done. I think it's time to hook him and get some fresh legs into midfield because we're getting bypassed far too easily. Willian with a shot, and that's wide. Big T says Fulham are letting us off, letting us off a better team. Are 3-0 up against us already. Not looking forward to Wednesday. If we're playing Wednesday, is it Copenhagen again? I mean, yeah. I mean, Fulham are kind of letting us off here as well. Good opportunity that for Willian, but it was always going wide as well. I think we got to hook Eriksen. I think we're just losing the midfield at the minute. There's no legs in there, but I can still see Amrabat sitting down with a coat on, which is concerning because I don't know who's going to come on. I think Maguire's got a problem here. Not quite sure what it is. I don't know what's wrong with Harry Maguire here. He had the referee call a physio over and pause the match. I don't know what's happened with Harry Maguire. We might see Varane come on at some points here, maybe. Don't know what's happened, Maguire. He doesn't look happy. I couldn't really see anything happen to him either. And he is kind of just limping off the pitch. I'm not quite sure what has happened with Harry Maguire. Physio looks to be checking him off anyway. I don't know if it's a concussion or if he's genuinely injured himself. We do have subs coming on. Facundo Pellistri coming on. I'm assuming this is going to be for Anthony, who has been absolutely ineffective in this one. And it's good to see him coming on. I think Maguire is going to have to come off. I can see some people saying he headbutted Rodrigo's shoulder during an aerial challenge, so he might have concussed himself as well. I mean, there was talks about concussion in the first half. I can't see Harry Maguire lasting this one. I mean, yeah, look, we got Raphael Varane on the pitch. Maguire's back on, but I mean, we have Varane there, so why aren't we using him? Christian Eriksen leaves that ball to Garnacho, and Garnacho can't get there. It's an opportunity. Big save that. And Andreas Pereira had the opportunity there as well. I think Delo maybe got it out for a goal, for a corner there, but a big save from Andre Onana to score 0-0. The good flurry for 5 minutes we had at the start of this half has quickly faded back into poor performance zone. I think it's time for some subs. It's time to get Pellistri on. It's time to get Kobbie Mainoo on. Amrabat, got to freshen that midfield up. Midfield is absolutely losing this match at the minute. We cannot deal with the runners whatsoever. We've got a lot we need to be doing here in order to really stamp our authority on this one. If we can do that at the minute as well. Fulham, I don't know what has just happened there, but Onana is saving us again. I don't know what happened. It looked like we tried to step up, and not everybody went at the same time. Onana's made 2 big saves now. Big T says when a player bangs his head, should he have to go off as a rule for percussion? I think they should. I think there's meant to be some kind of rule about that as well, because that's twice Maguire's gone down holding his head. That was sloppy defending there, really, from United. We got to try get this ball out. We're not quite doing it. Christian Eriksen with the clearance up the pitch. Højlund's going to chase this down, and Højlund trying to put the pressure on. It's going to go back to Leno. I mean, look, how long is it before Højlund stops doing these kinds of runs because nobody else does? He is going above and beyond with some of that running work he's doing, trying to get involved desperately, but just not quite getting there. Anthony has lost the ball again. Just get Anthony off. Like, I am beyond finished with Anthony at this club. People said Fred was a fake Brazilian. I don't know where Anthony's meant to be from. Check that man's passport. Um, Maguire again goes in with a tackle there. I mean, he's got the Fulham man's shirt there. He is treading a tightrope. I don't know if we should maybe think about taking Harry Maguire off either, and putting Varane on. He is on the bench. I'm sure Varane can last 30 minutes or so. But we got to defend another corner. The pressure is piling on. We're just inviting this pressure to ourselves. Cleared there, I think, by Diogo Dalot coming off the line as well. I think I was going out for a throw in there as well off Calvin Bassey, and hopefully we can make some subs. Get Anthony off. I'm done with this man as well. I mean, if you're Amad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri, you have an opportunity, because this man is an absolute waste on the pitch for Manchester United. Anthony off, thankfully. I wouldn't mind seeing some midfield changes, because we're losing it there at the minute. Amrabat still sitting down. I mean, I can't see Kobe Mino on the bench. Maybe he's going to come on. Hannibal sitting down as well. Maybe Mount and Mino is the options we go for. I'm not quite sure. McTominay's just give away a foul there. And again, look, we're inviting the pressure onto ourselves, because we're not playing football and we're not trying to play it out. And Eriksen's the only guy who in that midfield capable of playing out. But Christian Eriksen's too tired to get anywhere near the ball at the minute as well. He looks absolutely out on his feet. So I think we got to be making these subs, and we absolutely have to. In the last 5 minutes, Fulham with 85% possession, we're just not holding on to it. Dalot should knock that back. Nana probably could have come out for that, but again, it's another corner here as well. Stephanie says we have to score, otherwise we're stuffed. I think we gotta get working on the ball retention. I can't see us scoring at the minute. We're defending and playing like we're a goal up with 2 or 3 minutes left, just defending the box. I'm not quite sure what we're doing. Big T says Anthony has to be done. He can't keep playing him. I think with Ahmad coming back, you have to get him out of the team. Seriously, there's an opportunity there for Fulham. I mean, look, we're just asking for trouble when we're not holding on to the ball, when we're not interested in alleviating this pressure and making our own opportunities. I don't know what we're doing. I think Maguire's got to go. I think he needs to come off, because he was just pushed there in that corner kick defensive role there, and he just sort of he looked like he got caught off his feet as well. We're launching the ball forward. That has to be a foul on Bruno Fernandes, and I'm expecting Paulinho's about to get booked here as well. Fulham are protesting, but I mean, definite foul. We're up to 19 likes as well, so thanks very much for that there, one guys. I think we got to get some midfield changes on, because at the minute we're going nowhere. So it's good. It is good to see that Anthony is coming off, because he has been horrendous. But I mean, we got to get packing that midfield out, get some legs on. We'll make some opportunities. Big T says, big ups for enduring this shit, and the channel deserves so many more watches and likes. Fantastic creator, wonderful community. Thanks very much, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, look, just trying our best at the minute. But yeah, look, I mean, we're having issues with YouTube at the moment as well. They're making a lot of changes. I think it's kind of messing with the algorithms and stuff as well, because it's not getting, like, the streams and stuff just are not getting sent out even to subscribers, because I asked my mates, do they see them, and they say no, even though they've got notifications on. So I don't know what's up with that there, when I think it's probably just YouTube teething problems with all the updates they've been doing. We got the ball with McTominay, trying to move it forward, not seeing too much here. Harry Maguire again. I mean, we're just set up to go long every time, man. It's just not working. This isn't a long ball team. Garnacho is just, I don't know what Garnacho's doing there. A bad touch, and he's frustrated with himself because he's just launched into a tackle and got nowhere near the ball as well. Everything all good with the stream, think it is. Stephanie wants to see the bench being used to freshen it up. Yeah, I mean, gotta be changing this midfield. I think that's where we're losing this game. Is Fulham's midfield, Iwobi, Palhinha, Pereira, they're just fitter, they're just faster, they look more organized in there, they're pressing us to death. I think some subs are needed. I can see some players warming up, to be fair. I can't quite make out who they are. It looked like Mason Mount might have been one of them. I think Mount on for some energy is not a bad idea. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Got a Fulham player down, holding his head as well. Looks like Andres Pereira, actually. But we got to. I think we're losing this in midfield, and midfield balance just has not been there all season either. No, it's. I think it's Rodrigo there has gone down for Fulham. I think it wasn't really even a foul. Ten Hag calling the players over. I think we're going to see some tactical changes here. I mean, he can't be happy with what he's seeing. He cannot be happy with what we're getting on that pitch. I think we need to freshen that midfield up. Manu, Mount, Amrabat, Hannibal. You have 4 players out there. Liman says point earned if it's a draw. I mean, at the minute, I don't think either team's really done enough to be winning this. I think United should be winning it because that goal was never offside. But if it finished 0-0, I don't think we can really, on the basis of play, I don't know if we can complain performance-wise, because I don't think either team have really done a lot. Fulham in the last 10 minutes have made some opportunities, but we should absolutely be beating this team. Because at the minute, if a team looks average against us, if a team is looking bang average against us, then they are playing absolutely awful football as well. Stephanie says teams walk right through the midfield. It is a massive problem. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know what changes we need to make. I think gotta be looking at that midfield. It's not working. We have to make some alterations in there, because looking for flick-ons from McTominay, it's just not working. It is just not working, and it's happened again. McTominay gone down, didn't win the flick-on, and now Fulham can just break through the midfield. And Rasmus Højlund trying to close them all down by himself. I don't know where Bruno is. Wan-Bissaka, Pellistri tries to get involved. I think he's going to give a foul there, unfortunately. Luman's off for a walk. I can't blame you, Luman. I really can't blame you. That midfield needs alterations, and it needs changes right now. It just needs alterations so we can at least get some legs in there. Try to hold on to the ball, because we're just not doing it at the minute. Gotta be putting on some of these changes. Højlund goes in, and actually ends up getting clattered by Bernd Leno, who was still sliding after making that tackle. It's dropped to Bruno. Bruno going for the big switch to Garnacho. Nicely played. Left an opportunity here if we can use it, but Garnacho has to turn on the ball. Opportunities probably going back in there as well. It just took too long for Garnacho to get the ball out of his feet. Eriksen with it, looking deep, looking for Pellistri. Think he might just have wandered offside, but flag stays down for now. Pellistri into the box, goes for the shot, and comfortably saved by Bernd Leno. That's probably the most we've offered going forward in the last 15 minutes or so. Big T says, make the subs now. What's he waiting for? I don't know. I don't know what we're waiting for. I really don't. Can see YouTube's up to its usual tricks as well. The likes have fell from 19 or 20 down to 15. I mean, YouTube just doesn't like me at the minute, man. Like every stream, if it's like 5 people sub, it's like 5 people then get deleted within an hour. I don't know why it's doing this, but I've obviously annoyed them somehow. Got a decent chance here for Bruno. Can't find the ball through to Rasmus Højlund. If he found that ball, he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. We're going again, to be fair. McTominay, Højlund slips under the pressure from Calvin Bassey. And yeah, I mean, look, we can leave Bassey to play the ball out because he's just not that good on the ball. Just press him. Just he's found himself in the right wing areas, and we should absolutely be clearing this ball out here. Yeah, that ball's probably going to go behind. Wan-Bissaka with the flick on, out for a throw in. I don't know what we're doing. I think we got to get making some subs. I can see Hannibal's warming up, but he's too busy talking to a Fulham player at the minute. Has to get his chit-chat in as well before he gets onto the pitch. We've gone for the big switch there to Garnacho again. It's not quite worked out, but Garnacho's scrapping for it. Might just have won the ball. Højlund in behind now. Højlund with Garnacho up in front of him. Højlund is so strong in there, but it's just not quite worked out. And I think he got a hand in the face there as well. Decent effort there. Came off some hard work by Manchester United at the minute. I don't know how we're down to 13 likes as well. I think it's just genuinely YouTube having it out for me. Bassi goes for the shot. It's in the rosette. Like, yeah, I mean, it's not been a bad start. Sorry, it hasn't been too bad for Manchester United defensively today. But I mean, overall, I think genuinely this team is so far beneath itself. And I don't know where these subs are. I mean, it's getting close to the 75th minute. We've been calling for these subs from half time. We're still not getting them. Bruno helps it on, looking for Garnacho. Garnacho 1v1 with the fullback. He does have runners beside him. He's got Bruno Fernandes, looks for the ball. Højlund's calling for a handball, but I don't even see Bruno going for that either. It's just a woeful game. It is just a woeful game from Manchester United. I mean, it's just not been good at all. Now Fulham have got another man down. No match quality out there together. All together in this one. Really poor performance. What are we up to? 13 likes at the minute. I mean, it is. I think that's like 6 or 7 deleted. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, look, another man down, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot of added time. I feel like there has to be at this point. From Manchester United. But do we even want it? Like, I think we could play until Monday morning, and we probably still wouldn't score a goal at this rate of going. We probably still wouldn't make a sub by that point either. I don't know why Ten Hag is just not changing things up. I just don't get it. Have a go. You have Mount, you have Mino, you got Hannibal, you have Amrabat on the bench. Gotta get some of these subs out. I don't know why. Just show us at least like you're trying different things, different options. I don't know, guys. Le Man's back in the chat. Good to see you, Le Man. Hope all's good, man. Let's see. Minez is going off for Fulham. We got around about 15 minutes left on the clock anyway. Le Man, should I consider you Ten Hag out or not yet? I'm not. I'm never gonna be like just in or out. I think he can switch things around, but I mean, I think he's got the players at his disposal to do that, but he's just not doing it either. I think that's a concern. For me, is that he just looks like he has resigned himself to. So I don't know what the answer is here, because I think no manager just comes in and changes things and makes it better in the long run. But I really don't know what to do here. Højlund goes in with a tackle, and he has lost out there again. I mean, the midfield's just getting turned over. It is just getting turned over because Fulham have put like 3 or 4 subs on at this point. And I think we put Pellistri on for Anthony, and that's about it. I don't know why we aren't making some subs. You have Mount, you have Amrabat, you have Mino, you have Hannibal, you got Varane out there. Hold on, it just dropped. That was kind of dramatic. Let me just put that back there. McTominay tries to receive. Højlund lays it off back to Delo. Out to Garnacho again. We go again. We go again. Garnacho driving forward into the box, looking up for the options there. Can't find it. And it's going to be a corner kick to Manchester United in that case. Big T says fans will start leaving in about 5 minutes. I mean, if you guys want to leave in 5 minutes, work away. I don't know what's happened here. McTominay has gone down holding his face in the penalty box. Be interesting to see on a replay if anything's happened here. Because we haven't even took the corner yet. I don't know what's happened to Scott McTominay. I think he just got sort of muscled off the ball by Calvin Bassey. I think it's probably just he stayed down after that. Here we go again. Another corner kick by Bruno Fernandes. It's just dropped to Diogo Dalot, and that's gone wide. I mean, it probably looked better than the actual shot itself was. Complete waste of a corner, for being honest with ourselves. I don't think that was ever going in. Always curving away from the goal as well. Finally, we got subs. We have Anthony Martial and Mason Mount coming on for Eriksen and Rasmus Højlund. I don't know if these are the subs either. I think we're throwing caution to the wind here, but I really don't get the insistence of taking Højlund off every match to put Martial on. I do genuinely question whether Ten Hag has lost his mind at times as well. I feel so bad for Rasmus Højlund, because it's only going to be a matter of days or weeks before the media starts saying he's only scored 3 goals without looking at the overall picture at this football club, because I mean, he gets no service whatsoever. He gets no chances in a match, every single match, and he just runs around trying desperately to make something happen. Chris H says Bruno's corners are consistently horrible. Yeah, they are. They're genuinely pathetic. And we got a goal in the first half that should have stood, if we're being honest with ourselves. And it came from a Christian Eriksen delivery. Why is Eriksen not taking these deliveries? I don't know. We've got Mount on, Mount in with a foul there. Højlund doesn't look happy sitting on the bench either. That's another foul to Fulham. It's just breaking down at this point. I really feel bad for Højlund at this point. Big ups for everyone who has joined in with us today. Very much appreciated as always. Hopefully we can get something in the last couple of minutes of this match, but again, it's just been another shocking performance. Big T says if Martial has more chances scoring than Højlund, why doesn't he start him? I think he's trying to manage Højlund's minutes. I think that's kind of the thing, because he's always... I don't know if Højlund's completed a full 90 yet, but I genuinely feel bad for the guy. It's 8 Premier League matches now. He hasn't scored a goal, but he also has had no service whatsoever. I think I can name maybe 1 or 2... clear chances that he's had in 8 league matches, and even at that, they're probably like half chances, deflections or anything of that kind of nature. It's just disappointing, because you signed this guy with a lot of money. He's a very, very, very talented young player, who we can see is going to be a hell of a player, but he needs to be given the opportunities, needs to be given the ball. And he just never, ever gets it, because we can't get the ball out from our centre-backs. And they get frustrated and they just launch the ball forward. We've got around 10 minutes left here in normal time. I would say there's probably going to be 5 or 6 minutes of added time. If it's going to come now, it's going to come quick. Stephanie says, Lick winner. We have to end this goal drought. Surely Bruno or Martial winner. I hope so, Stephanie. I do hope so. Ball's out there for a Fulham throw-in off the Wan-Bissaka header. We got a lot to do, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but we're going to try. Chris says Weghorst wasn't good, but he had no service either. Our attacking players shockingly poor. It is genuinely abysmal. Weghorst had a lot of chances last season as well. I don't know what's happened to this team, because you would think, okay, if this team's not ready to play a more advanced style of Ten Hag football, we would revert to what we've seen last year, but we're not even doing that. Garnacho in there, bursting forward. He's won a free kick off Alex Iwobi. I mean, I hope Bruno doesn't take this because Bruno Fernandes free kicks are genuinely abysmal. I mean, Mount is somewhat of a set piece specialist. He's on the pitch. Can we work something? That was good play from Garnacho, bursting through there. That's what we want to see from him, and he won the foul well. Let's just hope we can make something off this set piece delivery. It's a yellow card for Alex Iwobi. It's of course we've just took Christian Eriksen off, probably the best at set pieces. Mount is over this, and I think Bruno is as well. I mean, if it's Bruno Fernandes, he'll either chip it forward and it'll get cleared out with no pace on it, or he'll go for the shot and it'll hit the wall. Because I've seen this story a million times. I've seen it a million times, and I know how it ends. And it's the way Bruno's shaping up, it probably is going to be Bruno taking this. Mount standing over it too. But Bruno's going to hit it. It got through the wall, to be fair, but a very comfortable save for Bernd Leno. And we're going to go again with Facundo Pellistri. Shakes off Robinson, gets the ball into the box, not too much pace on it, and cleared handily enough by Palhinha. Feel like Fulham are going to settle for a point at this point. Good ball in there from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Finds Mount. Mount with the ball. And ball cleared. Goes out again to Dalot. Out to Garnacho. Garnacho got Dalot on the overlap. Looking for the cut in. It was a good effort in there. I think it was Anthony Martial. Got the flick on. Big T says Greenwood has more goals this season than our attackers combined. I've heard. Yeah, I think he does. I genuinely think our attackers have one league goal this year. I think McTominay has got more than them. Acrobatic effort there by Martial, always kind of going wide. It was a shame there was nobody closer to him. He could have tried to maybe lay the ball off, but he was always kind of backing off and always kind of falling over at the same time. Trying to play the ball forward again. I think it was Mount in there fighting with it. Not too much really going. And Maguire to take the throw in. No, it's gonna be Wan-Bissaka. We got around about 6 minutes of normal time, then we've got added time. I would expect 5 or 6 minutes again, so probably around 10-12 minutes all in for the rest of this one. We've give the ball away from a throw in. Mount in there to win and play it off to McTominay, to Wan-Bissaka, to Pellistri. No real options ahead of him. Has to go back to Harry Maguire. Maguire back to Onana. I mean, we look like we're out of ideas. We look like we are out of options. Johnny Evans trying to play the ball forward now. Looking up, find Garnacho, and Garnacho surely has been fouled again there. I think Fulham are just resorting to kicking Garnacho. He looks most dangerous at this moment in time. They're racking up the yellow cards. Yeah, I mean, again, it's another foul on Garnacho. And we got around 5 minutes of normal time left. Ball forward again. Alejandro Garnacho finding himself in space, driving inside, looking for the passes. Not quite on, but he does find Pellistri on the right side. Wan-Bissaka doesn't really offer himself. Pellistri might have given the foul away. I hope not. I think he has. Yeah, he has. Going to be a foul there against Facundo Pellistri, and it just alleviates the pressure. I feel like we're heading towards a 0-0. I feel like we're heading towards a 0-0, and it's just not going to be good enough. Again, Ten Hag's begging for more, but I just can't see it coming from anywhere. I mean, you have to feel bad for Rasmus Højlund. We're crossing the ball more now that he's off the pitch than when he was on the pitch. I don't know what genuinely is wrong with this team. We've found Garnacho again. Garnacho drives forward. Garnacho's looking really good in this last 10 minutes or so, but again, losing out. Big T says, so this will be the first draw. I think, yeah, I don't think we've drew a match all season. It's either been wins or losses. Bruno in there with a foul on Palhinha, and I think Palhinha spot that as well, to be fair. And we are heading towards a 0-0. I mean, I can't say I'm surprised. I don't know how many times the forward line has been shut out this season, but it's been a hell of a lot. Really, really, really poor attacking performance again from United. Pellistri putting the squeeze on. Not really getting too much. I mean, Anthony Martial's not going to do the pressing work. We know that already. He's not going to do the running. And Fulham have to throw in now. And it's gone deep towards Alex Iwobi. Mount went in with a wild tackle and completely missed the ball. Fulham have an opportunity to low in there, sides him down, and it feels like this is where the sucker punch is coming, because Delo has just give a free kick away right on the edge of the box. We've seen this story before. He was nowhere near the ball. I mean, I've questioned Delo for a long time. And again, I don't think he's been anything special today, really. Had that one good tackle, maybe. But that's about it. Chris says the goal tally last season was very poor. It's non-existent this season. It is. It's just non-existent. And Fulham have an opportunity. Harry Wilson, quite decent at free kicks on that left peg. Has an opportunity with around 2 minutes left. About 20 yards out or so, maybe 22, 23. Kind of off to the left of the box. It's a good angle for the whipped free kick on a left foot. And I guess that's what he's going to be going for. Onana's got to be aware and alert for this, because, I mean, this is the kind of story we've had all season, where we should be a goal up by now. We play badly. We put ourselves under a lot of pressure, and then we get sucker punched right at the end. I'm praying that that's not the case. I'm praying we manage to keep this ball out. Harry Wilson getting ready to take it. Onana organising the wall. Gotta be ready for this one. Absolutely gotta be ready, because we've seen this story before. Manchester United. Harry Wilson takes it, is thankfully over the bar, and we have around about a minute left. They're bringing Raul Jimenez on as well, Fulham, I think. Probably as a kind of out ball. I feel like they're going to sit back and defend here, and try to defend their box. But again, it's been such a poor performance from Manchester United today, not clicking at all. I don't know why we are resorting to the style of football that we played for the first 65 minutes of this one, before we eventually tried to keep it on the ball, on the ground, and play. It's just really disappointing. I feel bad for the UEFA fans. Hopefully they can have a nice stay in London after this. But again, it's just not good enough for Manchester United, and questions are going to be asked of the manager, and questions are going to be asked of these players. Trying to play the ball out here with Delo, who just about finds Mount, even though he was 10 yards in front of him. Mount receives the ball again. Mount wins it. I mean, Mount's been tidy enough since he's come on. Pellistri actually has an opportunity to run. He's managed to spin in behind Anthony Robinson. Anthony Robinson tries to win it. Pellistri up with the tackle. I feel like this ball's about to get cleared. It's dropped kindly to Martial, but it's kind of a bit of pinball in the box there. Bruno gets a head up, looks for Delo, I think. It's dropped to Bruno. Gets the shot off, and it's in! Bruno Fernandes has scored for Manchester United! And United, undeservedly, might just have won this thing. Bruno Fernandes finds it. It's a big moment, and the captain has stood up. It is 1-0 if it's going to stand. If it's VAR, might have a look at it as always, but it looks like that might be the decisive moment. It came off pinball. It wasn't pretty. It was not nice play, but we might have found ourselves a goal up in the 90th minute, and that could be big for Erik ten Hag. That could be big for Manchester United if it stands. It all came from good work from Pellistri. He didn't give it up. Anthony would have quit on that ball, and it just kept dropping and dropping. It was pinball. Bruno goes in with the shot. Bruno tries to get it in towards Scott McTominay. It flicked up, and Bruno managed to get it. Took it down nicely. Really good finish. And Manchester United might have got there. It's a captain's goal. We've been asking questions of the man all season long, but has he just stood up when the team really needed it? Arguably he has in this match, if this goal stands, because we know what VAR is like. We know what they want to do, but Bruno Fernandes might just have done it for Manchester United. We can see what it means to Ten Hag. He looks very emotional right now. I think it's nothing more than the UEFA fans deserve. I think we can't really comment on VAR as well, because I feel like if they can, they will take it off. As let me just update the old overlay there as well. Um, and yeah, look, goal has stood, and we have to get this ball out of the box. Have to defend well here. Delo tries to cross, tries to block it. Yeah, this overlay is updated. Chris says another win stolen. 4 minutes left to concede. Big T is saying, "Wow." Um, Dramatic end to the match. Dramatic end to the match for sure. We got 3 minutes. We got to defend. I mean, why not just put Rafa Varane on for Garnacho or something and just try to block out the box? I actually think that's what he's doing. It's right as I said, why not put Varane on for Garnacho, that he actually does it as well. Varane going to come on here, and we're probably going to have a back three for the end of the match, try to really clear things out of the air, defend. That could be a massive, 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 massive moment for Manchester United season and for Erik ten Hag. It might have saved the job. And we got to keep defending here. We got 2 to 3 minutes left. Bruno Fernandes somehow has won man of the match. I really don't think he's had a good match at all. Really, I would have struggled to have picked a man of the match in today's one. But big goal that from Bruno. Stood up when it really counted. Now we got to be good. We got to try hold the ball, manage the game, do not give anything away. Because I remember being in this position against Copenhagen last week, and we didn't manage it, and we ended up giving a penalty away. And if not for Onana saving, we would have lost. Sorry, we would have drew that match as well. So we gotta make sure that we're heading for the corner flags, holding on to the ball, not giving anything stupid away. Clear the ball, just let it go out for a goal kick. That's good defending by Harry Maguire. In that case, using the body well. And we've got around about a minute 15 left. Not too long at all. Onana should be taking his time with this one. I mean, brilliant goal by Bruno. It's what we needed. To think we deserve it? Maybe not, but I think big lessons have to be learned from this match. We cannot just say that we've won this match and it's all good, because we have been pathetic for times in this match. Been really sloppy. Some of the play has been really poor, and it wasn't until really we took Antony off and put Pellistri on and battled for things further up the pitch that we managed to get the goal. That's what happens when you keep the ball in their penalty box. Chaos can happen. These are not well drilled. Well, not that they're well drilled, but these are not some of the best teams in the world we've been dropping points to this season. We absolutely should be putting them under more pressure. McTominay is probably just going to launch this one forward, you would feel, up towards Bernardino. And we've got about 20 seconds left here to defend. Martial just walking. Probably should have tried to press or put some sort of pressure on Bernardino. He had a free opportunity to pump the ball up the pitch. We've got around 5 seconds left this match. I mean, if the referee could blow it up now, that would be massively appreciated and massively needed by all of Manchester United. Hasn't been a convincing win at all, but if we can keep the ball out, that's gone for a throw-in to United. That should be us game, set, and match. Very close. Ten Hag is asking for the time. I think they're about to give it to him as well. Getting a talking to from the fourth official today. I mean, we're about 30 seconds past the allotted time. Referee's got to be looking at the whistle. In there, United have won the ball in midfield. Mount just launches it forward. It's going to go out for a goal kick, I think. And surely that's it. I mean, that has to be it. We're getting into the 96th minute now, and we're still not seeing the referee blowing the whistle up. Got to be looking for it at some point. You have to think. Varane has lost that out in the air. Bruno tries to go in. McTominay clears again. It actually might drop kindly for Anthony Martial here. Martial tries to just hold the ball up, I think, looking for Bruno. Bruno finds it back to Martial in there. Going to drop in the box to Bruno. Cleared by Fulham. It's got to be over at this point. I mean, that ball's out of Craven Cottage, and we're still going on. Big T says a win, but not sat here happy. I think it might be close to full time. I think my stream on Discovery might be slightly behind as well, but we'll find out. Hopefully nothing happens here. I mean, we've almost played 97 minutes. How long is this guy gonna play? Jesus, guys, I don't know. It has to be over. And it just is. It's over. Manchester United have won this one, 1-0. I wouldn't really say it's a deserved match, a deserved win. I don't think we can sit here and be ecstatic with the performance. I think results-wise, we desperately needed that to get back on track. And Erik ten Hag might have just lived to fight another day. It is full-time at Craven Cottage. It is 1-0 to Manchester United. And I think, in fairness, I don't think Fulham really created a lot to say that they deserved to walk out there and win that match. I think a draw might have been a fair result, but I think all things considered, with the initial goal ruled out by Manchester United, which was never an offside, if we're being honest with ourselves, I think maybe we deserved to just about edge that. Fulham were not good on the day. We really struggled to get going, and I think Erik ten Hag has to have a long and hard look at how he's setting this team up, because long ball football, the style of football we're trying to play, it is just not working out. It's detrimental to the team. It's detrimental to the forward line, and we just need to keep on playing the ball on the ground. If you believe in your principles and believe in your style, then stick by it. Live by the sword, die by the sword. That's what I say, and that's what I think he's got to do. But a win is a win. It's 3 points we desperately needed. Bruno Fernandes, I think, is that his first goal of the season? It might be. Very, very important one. Standout performers today. I mean, I know Bruno won the man of the match somehow, but I probably would have. I actually think Harry Maguire might have been man of the match. Fighting onwards, and decent performance defensively. It's not been a good performance from United, but it's a very, very, very important win, that, and we got to hope that it can build towards something. I think Maguire, I'll probably give man of the match, if we're being honest with ourselves. Guys, let me know down below, for everyone who is still in the stream today, who would be your man of the match? Who was your star player today? I'm going to give it to Harry Maguire. That's United up to 7th place, I think. I might have said 7th place. Obviously, everybody else still has to play in the Premier League today as well. We are the early kickoff, but it's good to see a win, a much needed win. Let me have a quick look at the match table as well. United up to 6th in the league, 6 wins, 5 losses. I think that says it all, really. We are a point ahead of Newcastle and Brighton, but they, of course, still have to play. Newcastle playing Arsenal. That might be an opportunity for them to drop points. Brighton, I think, are playing Everton. We would expect them to win that match as well, fairly comfortably. But Manchester United, it was much needed. It was a desperately needed win, and thankfully we got there, and a lot of lessons to pick up from that one. A lot of things we cannot be doing in future if we want to be winning matches, and playing long ball football is just one of them. Up next, we play Copenhagen, then we play Luton Town. It's the international break after that. I feel bad for some of the players. We've got to get the likes of Højlund. We've got to get them much more involved in the overall play than what we are at the minute. But a win is a win. United haven't ruined our weekend, and I think that's probably the biggest positive we can have so far. So Fresh said Maguire put in a solid performance. Big T says 6th. Yeah, look, I think Harry Maguire again was very good today, and I think Harry Maguire, as much as I don't think he is the long-term guy, as much as over this summer I wanted him to go and I thought that he should have went, I absolutely think that the level of professionalism from the guy is superb. I think we've learned lessons today. I think we have to drop Anthony. We have to start Mason Mount. I would say either Pellistri on the right-hand side or Ahmad when he comes back. Mount in for Eriksen. I think we can take Scott McTominay out of that team. I think the best midfield we could line up really is Amrabat, Mason Mount kind of off the right, maybe Bruno, and probably Kobbie Mainoo in there as well. I think that's probably the best way to move forward. But a win is a win. It might not have been pretty. It might not have been a big one, and it might not have been the best one that we've seen all season. But thankfully, a win is a win. So Fresh's agreement, we've got to drop Anthony. I think Anthony might go down as one of the worst performances and players I've seen in a United shirt. And you know what? Jadon Sancho says he should be playing over Anthony because Anthony is not playing good. I think if Sancho showed any real kind of form over the last 12, 18 months, then he would be, because I think genuinely any of us could play better than Anthony is at the minute. All right, guys, I think that will leave us there. We are 2 hours and 15 minutes into the live as well. So we're going to leave the stream here, guys. Thanks very much for watching, of course. Enjoy the rest of the Saturday. Hopefully the rest of the results are favourable. Maybe Brighton and Newcastle drop points today, and that hopefully can be United picking up some confidence. We go again. We should be live either Sunday or Monday, and then of course we got Copenhagen midweek, another big one for United. Looking forward to that. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and enjoy your Saturday. I will catch everyone in the next one. Thankfully we got 3 points and not a 3-0 drumming this week. So really good to see you guys, and thanks so much for joining in with us as always.